Hey, it's us. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me turn this around. There we go. Now it's us. And we can see that we're actually in frame. I know that you've all been missing John like crazy. We're not doing the 90 Day Fiancé recaps anymore. I know it's a bummer, and I'm so flattered that so many of you miss it. But John thought it was the most depressing show on earth.
Just not interested in watching the sex trade.
The abusive Americans in general, and the stupid ones and all that. But we're trying to figure out what we want to do. We tried some home vlogs, and they were like boring. So, but we're back, and we're going to do another episode of what we're watching. And what are we watching, John?
What We Do in the Shadows.
No, we already did that. We're watching The Masked Singer. Now I know you're thinking, really? Well, cutting edge, aren't you? So we didn't.
It's fun. It's light.
We didn't think it would be our kind of show.
No.
We don't watch really singing shows. We have nothing against them. Just, you know, I could probably get most of the show in like a 2-minute clip. So we didn't really think we were interested. I actually knew of The Masked Singer. If you haven't seen this clip, you should go look it up, which is when Ryan Reynolds was on the Korean equivalent. They have a much larger panel of like 20 different Korean celebrities. And the only clip I ever saw was Ryan Reynolds was there for Deadpool, I think, 2 media, and they had him come on and he sang Tomorrow from Annie, and they lost their mind. They were so excited. It's a really fun clip. You should look it up. But I had seen that, and it's a little different show. I think it was called The Masked King there. So when it came to America, I was like, okay, whatever. So we're probably preaching to the choir because if you're probably already watching it if you haven't. But we just discovered it and we're really enjoying it. So what is your? Why don't you explain it since everyone likes you better?
People, sometimes singers, sometimes other kind of famous people, sometimes not really famous people, dress up.
Full body outfit, costume, huge.
Can't see any of them. And then they get voted off and reveal who they are. Like Sarah Palin,
Tony Hawk. Yeah, so
Dave Grohl.
We caught halfway through the first episode, not Dave Grohl. John really wanted the last person that was revealed to be Dave Grohl, and we saw so many clues for it. But that's the whole premise of the show. So it's not just singing. They have clue packages. They talk about who it could be. Now,
most people you won't recognize. Or
but
at least I won't. Like Tony Hawk.
That was super exciting.
Sarah Palin.
I know who that is.
I don't know if it was really her, because she was making sense in all of her sentences, and that just doesn't seem to jive with the Sarah Palin we all know.
Well.
Tolerate.
Anyway, but it was fun to see her, so.
Maybe she got out of rehab.
I don't know that she was in rehab.
Well, she should have been.
Well, if you put me up on stage when I wasn't expecting it, I'd be a hot mess, too. Anyway, this is me trying to be kind. Anyway, so the show is more than just singing. I would say that in general, right around the time that I go, okay, I get the idea, they're singing, is when they wrap up the song. So that's nice. They're a little bit shorter. They have a celebrity panel.
Most of the songs are crap. You won't recognize them. Occasionally they do ones that are okay.
I mean, when you say they don't recognize a song, I've recognized every song, so it's a little funny to me. You're like, you wouldn't have heard of these chart-topping hits from the last few years.
I guess I'm out of the loop.
But so one of the points that he made that I wanted to follow up on was the idea that you probably don't know all of the people. And I've said that before. It always comes up every time they do Dancing with the Stars. People go, I don't know who these people are. You're not supposed to know who all of them are, because the idea is they want to cast a wide net across demographics. Wide demographics, so they get some people that are popular with tweens, and some people like Tony Hawk was so exciting for us to see. I don't know that young kids who aren't skateboarders or those kind of enthusiasts would know who he is. Like the person who knew who JoJo was, who was on Dance Moms. I actually got that one because I've seen Dance Moms, and I've heard of her because people in local Facebook groups are like, I'm selling JoJo bows. And I'm like, what is a JoJo bow? So I went and looked it up. Anyway, she's known for these big bows that she wears.
Sounds inappropriate.
Anyway, the idea is you're not supposed to know all of them. You're supposed to know maybe 25%, maybe 50% if you're a real, maybe 75%. I would say I would know about 60%. I watch a lot of reality TV, a lot of pop culture stuff, but I still wouldn't say that, especially when they get into the young actresses, you know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily
The only
know all
judge worth their salt are the ones that, the special ones, the weekly guest and
Really?
and Kim. Yeah.
I
the
like
other ones
Ken.
just
Ken's fun.
That's what I just said.
Oh, did you say Kim? I thought you said Kim, and I was like, who's Kim? No, and I do not for a second believe
The rest of them could
that McCarthy
rocks.
is up there, Jenna McCarthy is up there, remembering who was the all-star pitcher from the World Series. I'm sure they work with teams and assistants, and they get these clue packages ahead of time. But I'm okay with it because it would be really boring if they were up there going, I don't know, I saw something. Well, who was a pitcher? Is there who's
Just
a base?
get rid of all the other judges.
No, but I mean the whole
They're
point
not
is
judges. They're just
they'll pull up. They're like, oh,
Talking
well,
heads, maybe?
so and so has 4 Grammys. You don't know that off the top of your head. I mean, maybe one judge would, but the idea that all 4 of them have this vast knowledge of who won a Grammy for what in this year is just not realistic. So I'm okay with them if they have a research staff that gets them guesses ahead of time because it's a better show that way. But you definitely need to, for me, take that into account. People on the internet are amazing. We might do a recap of the show next season, but I don't know that we could hold a candle to what is happening on Twitter. I know a couple. I'm convinced Candy Burris is the one. They talked about her doing the chai, but I bet you that was, so if you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, one of her storylines is that she was going to be an actress in the chai. That is all, I'm positive that is all planned out so that she has an excuse to why she's gone. She can't just disappear. So that's a perfect excuse, is that she promotes a show that she's not on. Maybe she's going to be on it. I don't know. Anyway, we're enjoying the show. We only get the Wednesday episodes. I don't know why we're not recording the Friday ones. But we've only watched the Wednesday episodes, so we've missed half of the reveals. But I would recommend, and it's a nice enough show to where you could probably watch with the whole family. Which
they curse a little bit.
Do they?
A little bit.
A very tiny bit. I'm trying to remember. They edited out the word horny when Sarah Palin rapped.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what she wanted to do.
I know. But anyway, so it's good because the kids can wander in, mom can wander in. They try to play it very neutral across the board. So there you go. So that is what we're watching right now. If you would like to see John especially, you can always see me. I'm always on the channel. But if you want to see John, hit us up with suggestions. What would you like to know about this man? We're probably not going to be watching any more. The Sister Wives is probably about as depressing a show as we can get him to watch.
Until they move to Utah, since polygamy is no longer felonious. Is that a word?
Yeah, but it doesn't say. It is a word, but I'm not sure it means a felony.
Anyway.
I'll have to Google it. Anyway, we'll see you soon. Take care. We miss you.